Hi, and welcome to my workshop. You know this is a place where we do some wild and wonderful things, and I'm not going to disappoint you today because we have an octopus on the show. Yes, not a real one, but a couple of people that are dressed up. Well, we've got some wonderful wearable art at the end of the show. And then in the middle of the show, we have some wonderful books, and I've seen just a bit of these books, and they are amazing. You won't believe the books. And then, to begin with, I have something that's a little bit more practical, and I have Cousin Nancy joining me.
Hi,
It's
Linda.
great to have you again.
Good to be back.
We're going to do pajamas today. That's a topic that
How sensible of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, you said that you've been looking for...
Well, I did. I went out looking for something to wear to bed.
Yes.
And it turns out everything is supposed to be really sexy, or it's
And we-
really expensive, or it's really hot.
Yeah.
So I
you
am
were-
glad to see that you're going to help me.
Well, we had viewers write in and say this, and pajamas are near and dear to your heart because I
Oh,
should ask
yes,
what you've
right.
been doing lately.
Glad you got into that.
Yes.
I just finished The Unmentionable History of the West, and it has to do with how underwear affected women's history in the West. And it did.
I would
Because if
suppose
you're, if you're
everywhere, women everywhere, but
Sure.
particularly in the West.
Happens to be Western Canada,
Yeah.
but it would be
Sure.
the same anywhere. If you're in a corset, you're not going to run for Parliament, okay? I think the women's movement came along because we got out of those things.
Okay.
So that's what I've
and
been
that
doing.
freed us up.
Yes.
So yeah, I like that. I like the yeah. Okay.
So there we are.
Okay, good. Are you with me on the pajamas then?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Let's
come on
have a
over
look.
here. Well, actually, this isn't pajamas. This is house coat. But don't you think the same thing? Have you been trying to buy a house coat lately?
Absolutely. But that is really classy looking.
is
That's
classy.
very nice.
And it doesn't cost the world. I really hate paying
Well,
big bucks on house coat.
I just asked you, how much would that have cost, the fabric?
Probably under $50.
Oh,
yeah.
it
so
looks
you'd have
like
one.
way more.
Pockets. We've done a little bit of quilting,
Yeah.
a little bit of quilting, some piping.
Oh, that's very
It's
nice.
just what I want for a house coat.
And this is cassia also.
It's
so
cassia
it's
satin.
soft inside.
Yes. Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And then if you want just the
You
nightie,
always have more.
yes, why
right.
not? But just the nightie is the simplest little nightie. And then you can have sort of the kimono kind of a look on top in two colors or one
Yeah,
color.
well, that's what I needed because it will be comfortable. There's nothing restricting, nothing
I mean,
binding.
it's not it's sexy in a way, but it's not revealing.
The fabric makes it sort of.
Certainly
sexy.
does it, yeah.
Right. Does it wash?
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're with me on this one?
I'm with you on
Okay,
that also.
This is
right.
an absolute no-brainer.
Is it?
Yeah, you can do this. I mean, I'm not saying that you need no-brainers. But,
You're
know.
going to show me. I have.
Yes, yes.
I knew it. I knew it.
Well, the first thing you have to decide with your pajamas or with any of this is what fiber. What are you going to make it out of?
Yeah.
So I like the cassia satin because this is flannel on this side,
Soft
satin,
inside,
so you can
yes.
slip nicely and it's nice and cuddly. So but you kind of mentioned you kind of like the flannelette thing.
Well, I looked for flannelette, and it doesn't seem to be around anymore.
Well,
so
maybe not.
I
in
went to
those
the wrong
shops.
stores.
Yeah, maybe you go to a
yeah.
different shop. I don't know, but flannelette is certainly a
Yeah.
traditional. I mean, traditional. But you could make pajamas out of silk, and you could make
Cotton.
cotton. There's nothing like
Older ladies need cotton.
Well, I think everybody needs cotton for that's what I like for my summer pajamas.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So how are we going to do this? This is this is on the fold.
Okay.
So that means that it's all one piece. So if we take this particular piece, this is going to be my pattern.
All
And
right.
I'm going to just sort of show you how this is. So there's the shoulder. Here's your body. Here's your sleeve. Here's your body.
This is like paper dolls.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have to, that I used to play a lot of paper
That's
dolls
right.
at your very house. So there we
Okay.
go. And now to cut it out. That's it.
So you just get a long piece of, or how much?
Yeah,
Whatever
double your
you
length,
need,
double your length.
of your
And then you're going to
fabric.
put this on the fold. You're going to
Right,
cut.
cut.
This has to be big enough to go around you.
Yes.
And when you ask me if this is washable, yes, it is, but it's going to shrink a bit because there's
Yeah.
cotton in it.
Yeah.
So I don't like
Give it
making
that.
things too tight anyway,
Yeah.
certainly in the nightwear department.
Yeah.
So, and you could round those edges if you wanted or
Right.
whatever. So now we're going to cut it out and sew here and sew here.
And
which
then
is
how
what
do you
we've done.
finish the neck? What do you do with
Well, we've
the
just serged.
bits.
And, you could probably say that's finished enough if you wanted,
yes.
but that
oh,
could
heavens.
be.
Most of those expensive ones I looked at
Were
just
yeah,
serged.
and you could do it with
Yeah.
a fancy thread
Yes.
as well.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
You could do something like a binding. So here's a binding. And so, for instance, around this neckline, it's a little tricky. You could actually just turn that and top stitch it because if you just turn it just a bit, it'll turn.
Yeah.
But you could put something like this, which is a nice binding. And I would start in the center of the back
Right.
and just turn that and then just fold that over and stitch it, and that would go all the way around, making sure
Very
that you've got a
nice.
big enough hole there to put your head through.
Right.
You understand that? It would look
I
pretty,
forgot
but
about
yes,
that,
yes.
yes.
And just hem the sleeves.
Yeah.
So that would
Yeah.
so that's simple idea. I mean, shorter, longer, whatever you want.
Right.
So then we've got the little jacket to go with, and this could be a man's jacket as well. I mean, it's sort of the smoking
Very
jacket,
nice looking.
jacket kind of look.
Do men still wear smoking
I
jackets?
think so. I think
No,
so.
that's just an
yeah,
Agatha
they don't
Christie.
smoke anymore, but
No.
they, yeah.
Right.
So
Same thing.
Yeah.
You're going to
well,
cut
we're
this
going to
out.
show you. This is going to be. See, this is on the fold.
Okay.
It's on the fold. So you're actually going to fold it like that, and then you're going to cut. And we're just going to cut it in.
Watch out for the fabric
Yeah.
underneath.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm just going to approximate. Now this is going to fold in like this and in like this.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Now you get it.
Yeah,
and
I
now we're
do.
going to cut it up the middle like this. And cut out the neckline. And now we've got one seam, and the seam is going to be across there and across
Okay.
there.
So,
So that is your seam right there and there. Yeah.
so it's
we'll turn
all
it.
one by that
Yeah,
time?
yeah. If you turn
Okay,
it this
let's
way,
see.
you'll
Yeah.
see. There is that
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's a little tricky right there.
Yes, I was thinking
but,
that. But
you
you
know,
hold your
that's-
mouth right and you can do it.
And
Okay.
and then you put a binding on the, we just
Yeah.
want to decorate
Right.
it and make it
Sure.
look pretty. So
Yes.
you can put a different color for a little bit of a cuff. You can also taper this sleeve. This is kind of baggy. So if you want that to be
Oh,
kind of
okay.
tapered up, you could
Have you
kind of.
done that?
Yes, we did. So it's not
okay.
quite so
Right.
squarish.
Yeah.
So you then put your binding, you put some pockets and a
I
patch
know- even I
pocket.
know how to do
yeah,
a
I
pocket,
mean, you
right.
do a little decoration
Yeah,
on that.
yeah. Very nice.
Make it shorter or longer.
Right.
So yeah.
What is this
Well,
little number?
that's a little foo-foo one. You were talking about you wanted something a little racier.
Not necessarily.
Well,
but
why not?
I think this might be
This
going
is-
just a bit
Well,
far
this is
for me.
one square, so you hold that out.
All right, okay.
And this has to be, sort of big enough that it's going to fit around one circumference. And that is, so there's elastic in the waist, there's elastic in the top.
Right.
And just sew it all the way down if you
Make
want, or
yourself a
put the little
ruffle,
ruffle around.
and there
then
you
put
are.
some straps on, and it's just about as simple as it gets.
It is nice.
You could
Yes.
also do pants, so we won't even go into the pants, but I'd suggest the pants are the one-piece pant. I mean, no side seam, there's no point in putting
Put
a
some elastic or put a
elastic or
drawstring
drawstring and whatever.
And
so
we have it.
yeah.
Thank you. I
So-
should have talked to you before. I always should have talked to you
Well,
before I
you
go
know
buy
that I
garments.
wouldn't, I'll help you along. I
Yeah,
mean,
okay.
yeah,
All right.
this is the way to go. So,
Yes.
So thank you, Nancy, and I expect that next time I see you, you'll have a whole new
Book?
maybe.
No,
Yeah.
I'll just keep on selling this one.
Okay, all right. Good enough. So thank you. Don't you go away because we've got some exciting books coming up next.
Guests of our show stay at Travel Lodge. Nice rooms, great people. Models provided by Chan International. #1 in personal development training, modeling, and acting.
I promised you some wonderful books, and I am just fascinated by these books because they are books like I have never seen before. Nancy, you've got to just close your eyes because Nancy can't see these. These aren't written books. These are picture books, and these fascinating because the artist that has dreamed this all up is Lou Punko, and thank you.
Nancy.
I'm Linda. Nancy's the one that writes books, and I just talk about them. So, yeah. So it's great to have you here on the show.
It's wonderful to be here. Yeah.
You said you're kind of a fan of the show. You actually do watch.
I made a parka years ago. I don't want to say how many years.
Yes,
but yeah.
that's good. That's good. So
Yeah.
you've been around.
Yes.
Okay, whatever possessed you to take books, and I presume you take books and kind of destroy them? Is that sort of not destroy them? I shouldn't say destroy them. You
Art them up a bit.
Art them up a bit. So these actually were real books with real writing in them.
Yes, yeah. And I got started because I wanted to keep some of the things, or I see pictures and I love things, but you can't own everything. And
Yeah.
so I have a way to find them easily and
And you have a theme then to these books. This one's called
gather round.
Gather Round, and everything round. And then you have a theme over there, Hands of Time, and what is that one called?
Art in a Nutshell.
Art in a Nutshell. I am fascinated. And this is a really good way to recycle books. I mean,
Keep them out of the landfill.
this is the kind of thing that you start with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a book that has nothing done to it. And
This was an
Just-
encyclopedia by the looks of it, and they probably won't even take that in the secondhand
No,
store
that's
anymore.
right.
They just dump them. So you then, did you just pull all this stuff away? And
Just put a bit of paper on top of it just to start to make the book
I
mine.
remember that smell from the old encyclopedias. Isn't that a familiar one?
It came out of somebody's garage.
Yeah.
And then you rip a few pages out, and so you're
So when you
taking
say rip a few pages,
I leave 3 in, take 3 out,
isn't
because
that fun? You were never allowed to do that ever. So you rip 3 and leave 3.
and sometimes I keep the pictures from in there and put them in other books or whatever.
Yes, it's true. I mean, you have some good pictures in
And
there.
then
So
they're
you
glued
just rip.
together. So then,
Oh, okay.
all this little stuff where I've ripped here is glued in together, so you don't even
So you have
see
a
that.
big page
Yeah,
then.
yeah, they're a bit heavier.
So that is good. Okay, so how did you get started on this? Did you say? Did you tell me that?
Well, I just your basket in the office, and it's got all those little things that people give you that you really like.
So it's
little
sort of a
things
scrapbooking, kind of an idea, but you're
Yeah.
making such a different look. Okay,
And
so
this one's
then-
ready to have something done to it. So it's had gesso put on it, so the pages have
And that's sort of
some
like
primer.
a primer, like you'd put on your wall, sort of to prime it. So you kind of muck up all this writing and things.
Mm-hmm. And then you can paint with acrylic paint.
I mean, this is Freedom City.
Watercolors.
I mean, isn't this Freedom City?
Yes,
yes.
It's like being a kid again,
Yes,
kindergarten.
absolutely. I just love it.
Yeah.
So then you can write stuff if you want, or you could add pictures, and this is a great way.
Some people journal in them once they've done this.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
I'm more a visual
When you're
artist.
looking for a book, what constitutes a good book to mess up?
Something in good shape.
Okay, so
Because you're going to do a lot of ripping and,
yeah,
you're
so,
going to have a lot of moisture
and a
in the
nice
book
cover
again.
on it. And did you paint this gold stuff
I did,
here?
yeah.
So it doesn't have to be one of those really expensive ones. You could make it look like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's put stuff in this one. Is this what we're going to do?
Yeah, I brought shoes because I knew you like shoes.
What a good idea. So you have collected then just pictures of every kind of shoe and words
We've got some big ones there. We put some big ones in the bottom probably, and then
this is a good one.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of arrange and you can overlap, and there's no rules, I bet, on this.
No.
And so we have some sneakers there. And
kids' cards are a really good thing to use.
these look kind of neat because they're sort of the purses goes with shoes. So you could. So now, how are we going to put this all down? What do we do?
Well, we'll just glue it, and I've got an old phone book here. So I'd start at the bottom.
I was going to say you're not going to do the phone book.
No,
okay. There's too many
pages
pages.
aren't. Yeah, and they aren't very heavy.
Okay, so you're going to put.
So we'll just start by putting some things
And
in.
does it really matter what kind of glue? Are we worrying about that
There's
at
a
all?
lot of glues you could use.
Sure,
There's
sure.
everything from expensive gel mediums to
Yeah. You're saying that
white
these
glue.
aren't made
White
to
glue
last
will-
forever and ever. These are not.
more. It's the process of the fun of having it,
I would
and for
think
my
this is-
family
yeah,
right now.
Yeah, and very therapeutic, I would think, because you can just sort of glue and paste and
Yeah, quite healthy.
just very good fun. So you would then, and actually what we need to do is, once we've seen that, I think, and you just kind of glue all this stuff, then can I open one of these and kind of see, just walk me through what the process was here. So this is glued on. This is
painted. This is the actual
painted.
book.
Okay.
This is interesting because I've ripped some pages and made a pocket there, so I
now
can
there's a
take
good
things
idea.
out.
So you can keep more. This is all themed of circles.
Yes.
So here we go with wonderful. So how many, when you go, how long would it take to do this? Are you?
We're talking probably about 100 hours for this
Really?
book.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's about 60 to 100 hours
Yeah.
for a book.
So
Which
you
is-
just pick, wonderful theme of the circles. This one I thought looked awfully interesting. So you've glued a bunch of, you've got some more pockets there. I like the idea of stitching with your yarn. But you've glued a bunch together and then cut them out. How do you do that?
Oh, it's quite easy actually.
Is it really?
A few clamps and a lot of house glue, and this has little pockets in it that you could.
Little drawers that go in that. Oh, I love that idea. This is so beautiful. You had this nutshell one, which I thought was. I can't even imagine how you dreamed all this up. You really.
Well, somebody gave me the nut and said, do something artistic with it.
Okay, so then you've got the holes cut in the pages. And there they are. And this is the actual book, the actual writing
It
of
is,
the book.
yeah.
So sometimes that stays and sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then you give these to people, or you sell them to people?
I've been giving them as gifts.
And you do teach classes on this?
Yes, yeah.
Lou, I do love this one. Tell me, what's the story here?
Oh, this is for a friend who collects giraffes. She has a whole giraffe room. So.
Oh, wow, would this be wonderful? Well, I can see that all of my stuff that I've collected is going to go to good use, and I'm going to find some old books. So thank you so much for sharing all this.
It's been fun.
Just fun. I love this one. This is, you can't tell a book by its cover. Let me see here. Personality is more important than beauty, but imagination is more important than both of them. My thoughts exactly. That is perfect. So thanks again, and don't you go away, because we're on the road again with Linda, coming right up right after this. I don't know what this is all about. In fact, we've got a wild ride for you today. It's wearable art that we're going to talk about, and we've got some amazing things to show you. Here to help me with that is Dee, and it's great to be here.
Oh, well, thank you, Linda. We're here at the Alberta College of Art and Design in Calgary, Canada.
Great. And, of course, you're a great example of, you're the teacher.
Yes, I teach here, and I teach in the Jewelry Rentals program as well as in the Wearable Art program.
Your jewelry is fantastic. Tell me what this is all about.
Well, I'm wearing macaroni and cheese today.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Yes, well, thank you very much. And I'd like to share some of the different artists that I've been working with over the years and some of their creative spirit.
Oh, I like it.
To start, here's Katie Pasqualato from Danger Cats.
Okay. So tell me what this is all about.
Actually, I dance professionally, and so I was inspired by voguing, which is a dance style. It's a culture found in New York City, and it's very fierce and very aggressive, so I wanted it to play on the clothing in a very over-the-top, excessive way. So we have neon, we have gold,
Lovely.
lots of just really excessive
Your hair
stuff.
is right over the top. That is just beautiful. Thank you so much. This is super.
Thank you.
And who do we have next?
Well, this is a piece made by Janaea Frischke, and Janaea was using the influence of her childhood experience.
I think maybe this is edible art, not wearable. Wearable art, because the two of you are lovely. This is going to be cotton candy, isn't it?
Yes, this is cotton candy, and it's felted material.
Perfect.
Yes.
It's lovely.
Yes, thank
How
you very
creative.
much.
That's great. Super. This is lovely.
Well, this is some of my work, and this piece is actually called Spring, and I'm working with a hula hoop and really pushing the boundaries of the body.
Yes, yeah, I like it. It's very becoming. It's very flattering. I like this, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Thank
perfect.
you very much.
Lovely. You must have got a deal on hula hoops.
Well, sort of.
Yeah,
But mostly, I really like the movement of this particular piece.
Oh,
and
yeah.
of course, with the shine and the glitter and the excitement. It's really fun.
It is a beauty. It is lovely.
Okay.
Okay, that's great.
And I have another piece here.
Yes, of course.
And this is my pet boa.
Would you be a dog lover? Would that be? Would that be?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So,
well-behaved little puppies, too. They're great.
We're just having a little fun with material.
Oh, yeah. This is wearable art beyond all extremes. And this is pushing it for sure. This is wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you. And this is one of our other artists, and this is Holly Irwin.
Okay. And Holly, tell me the inspiration behind this.
Well, the inspiration for my work mostly comes from Japan and the Orient and their subcultures that they have going around right now. So.
Okay. Yes, this is very well thought out. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Holly. So, and the next artist is another fiber artist here at ACAD, and this is Julia Fatica.
All right, Julia, pray tell, this is fiber. What fiber is this?
This is thread.
Thread is in spools of thread?
Yes, as in spools of thread.
It doesn't come in hanks like this. It comes in
spools.
spools. And you then take it and create. This is an amazing work.
The work I do is inspired by patterns and imagery found in the natural environment.
Okay, and of course shoes to match.
Yeah.
Dare I ask, how much thread?
Each dress could take up to 6,000 to 20,000 meters.
Oh, yes. I won't even ask the time involved. This is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Julia.
Oh, I do like these.
So this is Janaea Frischke, and Janaea is working with the paper dolls. And again, as we saw in her earlier piece, she's playing with that childhood influence.
I can relate completely to this because I spent a lot of my childhood years playing cutouts and paper dolls, and this is your inspiration then.
Yes, for sure. I used to play paper cutouts with my grandmother all the time, and I wanted some for when I was big. So.
And it's so much easier to paint and color than to sew.
Yes.
So this really works. You could put one on the back too, or you could Oh, I like this. You can make them. Oh, yeah. You just keep on going. Thank you. That's just wonderful.
Your imagination is just
yeah. Well, speaking of imagination, speaking of movement, my goodness, what do we have here?
Well, this is Caitlin Thompson, and she has created an octopus. So there's some really wild movement with this, and she's a sculptor here at ACAD, and so she's, again, pushing those boundaries of wearable art and thinking about the body as an influence.
Do you want to talk about what you've done?
Sure. I designed multi-person costumes that are inspired by parade and pageantry, and they explore tension and harmony within a single suit.
Oh my goodness, that is, I just have to have a look at these. Those have got to be from those things in the shower. Are they from the shower mats?
Yep,
those
bath mats.
Oh, wonderful. So this doesn't go in the water?
I'm designing suits that will eventually go in the water, so working on it.
Okay, this is fantastic. So you guys float on out, and I think I'm going to have to float on out. This is fantastic. Thank you so much, Dee.
Oh, my pleasure, Linda.
And we're out of time, so we'll see you next time on Linda MacPhee's Workshop with some more crazy stuff.
To receive the companion book for this series with all of the project details, send $19.98 to the address on your screen or call 1-888-MacPhee or visit us on the web at www.macpheeworkshop.com. Sponsored in part by Janome, quality sewing machines since 1921. And by Rowenta, the garment care experts, meeting the needs of the sewing enthusiast for over 100 years with high-performance irons, steamers, steam generators, and ironing boards. And Wonderfill Specialty Threads, thread for the way you sew. And by the Woolen Mill Store, your source for quality fabrics and more, featuring the largest selection of wool and wool blend, yardage from Pendleton Woolen Mills. And by Horn of America, experience quality, innovative ideas, and customer service. And Creative Festival, bursting at the seams with hundreds of industry experts, conference classes, exhibits, and more. Experience creativity in the making.